Ezekiel Percival is the vice president of the Royal St. Kitts Golf Club. Ezekiel, or Zeke as most people know him, is passionate about the sport of golf and its growth in our federation. And he's delighted to share his passion with us. Good morning, Zeke, and welcome to
Good morning. Good morning, and thanks for having me.
All right, so golf, not a popular sport relative to some of the others here in St. Kitts and Nevis. When did you first get involved in it?
I first got involved with the game back in 1975 as a caddy. There was a little golf course in the back of us here, the Golden Rock. That's where I started.
Wow.
Back in 1975.
It's caddy. And you've progressed ever since.
And I progressed ever since.
Wow. It's a whole lot of love.
Yeah. So does that golf course still exist, or remnants of it?
That's where the highway went through.
Okay. So who's your favorite player in golf?
My favorite player in golf will be me.
Okay, I love it. I love that. I wasn't expecting it, but I love it.
No, actually, no. My favorite player in golf has to be Tiger Woods, really.
Okay.
He's been fantastic. He have done a lot for golf in our race, so he happens to be my favorite.
I'm just curious about, your passion for golf and how it evolved, because obviously, you went from being a caddy. Walk us through that a little bit of your experience.
Well, back in then, I was born in Newtown, then moved to Connery, and my best friend in Connery then, he used to caddy. So he took me to the golf course. Before that, I played a lot of cricket. I loved cricket. And after he introduced me to the golf course, I went to the golf course and I just fall in love with it. And that's all I think after that. I never think of any other sport than cricket, of course, still, and volleyball, but golf become a passion. I just love the people we meet and the discipline in the game. Like I always say to people, if it wasn't for golf, I don't know where I would have been.
Really?
Because of experiences that I seen. Young people, could go astray in a lot of ways, but golf keep you in that narrow rope because of all the professionals you meet and so forth. So golf become everything to me.
That's one of the things that we hear a lot when we speak with sports enthusiasts about the discipline and how it helps to shape young lives, definitely. So why don't you explain to our novice viewers the game of golf? What's the objective?
The game of golf, like I said before, discipline. And when you play a game of golf with someone, it tells you the character of that person. It tells you the character of that person. You could play a round of golf with someone and said, no, I don't want to do business with that individual.
So?
Try to cheat, his behavior on the golf course. So you get, because you sit with that person for 2 or 4 hours and you get to know a lot of their character. They may behave real hostile, get real angry and so forth. So you could always tell the character of that individual during a game of golf.
So I take your point on discipline again, because it teaches you that other people are looking at you as well, and you have to operate within certain parameters.
I'll give you a real story. Back in 1987, I think it was 86, 87, there were 40 caddies at the Royal St. Kitts Golf Course in Frigate Bay. And the authorities then decided to abandon that caddy program. Get rid of the caddies. Fortunately, I was the caddy master, so I was kept on. Out of the 40 caddies that was dismissed, most of them went down that one road. The ones who kept on the straight and narrow road were the ones who stayed in golf, who stayed around. The Jimmy Levine and Rock Charles Blake and the Raymond and the Elvis Bourne and a bunch of them. So it tells you that the discipline, and even now we have one of our best golfer around the Caribbean, AJ Norford. in 1996, he came to did a golf program, a summer golf program. And he came there by mistake because he jumped on the wrong bus. He was going to cricket, and he jumped on the wrong bus. And he came to the golf course, and apparently before he was a real shifter guy. And he came to the golf course, and he's disciplining him, real disciplining. Because like I said, the people who play, they're professionals. So it gets you, that discipline.
Listening to you, I'm sort of prompted to ask, because of your passion for golf and because you appreciate how it steered your life in a certain direction, whether you use the sport to help other young people navigate their lives. Have there been opportunities for that?
Of course. We always invite young people to play. I'm always speaking with young people, and it helps me a lot. Sometimes my wife asks me if I'm a therapist or something, because I speak to young people so much about it. We have summer programs. We have a program going on now all year for young children. Golf and bringing them into the sport, like I said, it helps a lot. There's a lot of scholarships out there for them. And so good. And if you want your child to become a disciplined child, one of the sport to put it in is golf.
Indeed.
Honestly, it's got that effect on me.
Okay.
I mean, I was never a trouble boy, but then I could have easily
gone down the wrong
road.
Indeed.
Easily.
So too many times golf appear like it is just hitting a ball, and we know it's more intricate than that. So can you expound on that for us?
It's the most scientific game in sport, anyway. Let's imagine you have 14 golf clubs in your bag, and each of those 14 golf clubs have a different range of distance that you could hit it with. Unlike cricket, where you got one bat, and you bat with that all the time. Golf, every shot you hit, you got to use a different club. So it's not just hitting the ball, and it's not how far you could hit the ball. It's the consistency. You have to take in consideration the wind. You have to take in consideration the encore and everything. So it's not just about hitting the golf ball. I know lots of friends who said it's easy and it's boring, and when you give them the chance to hit that ball, they can't do it. If you play cricket, the cricket ball could be coming at you, and you could hit it. And the golf ball will be one spot, and you take a swing and you'll miss it.
Miss it, indeed. Too well.
You understand? So it's not easy like people think it is. But that's what makes you think a lot, and that's what disciplines you. But it brings you to your knees.
I would imagine so, to be humiliated by a little ball. Anyway. What I remember most about golf, because my mom is an avid fan of golf, and so that got me into the game a little bit. Some of the terminology that I remember, bogeys, eagles, double birdies, par. I think the concept of par is what got me, because could you explain it to our viewers?
Oh boy, that's a tough thing. What it is, it's 18 holes, and each hole, the different distances in terms of length. You might find a par 5. Most par 5s will be 500 and plus yards.
Okay.
So that's a par 5. So a par is the average that they expect you to get, which is 5. But that's for a good golfer who is expected to get 5. And because that's what you call the handicap comes in. Because the handicap balances out the game. Like if we were to play a game of golf, it's only fair if I give you some shots off. So if you get a 6 on a hole, that may become a 5 or 4. It all depends. So the par. So if it's 18 holes and you par, number 1 is a par 5, and you get a 5, that's a par. So if you make all pars around the golf course, it means that you're even with the golf course. Now if you get 1 birdie and 17 pars, it means that you beat up the golf course because you will be 71 instead of 72 or 70, it depends. So that's where the par comes in. So each hole, so you have par 5, par 4, and par 3.
Thank you so much for
So
explaining
if you go 2 under, the par is an eagle. 1 under, it's a birdie.
Got you. And the double bogey?
And the double bogey, if you go 2 over.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I'm getting it.
So how long has the Marriott Golf Course been operating?
Okay, the Marriott, well, some people call it the Marriott Golf Course. It's actually the Royal St. Kitts Golf Course.
Okay.
That was opened back in 1976.
Okay.
But after Marriott came to the island, they did some renovations.
Okay.
And some, some attractions to it. But it's been there since 1976.
Do you get a lot of locals interested in golf?
Yeah, but not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough, no. I would love to see much more locals playing. Just Sunday, I hosted a tournament and I had a discussion with some of the local players that we need to get more locals involved.
So you've got a strategy for that?
Yes, I do.
Anything you want to share?
I just have to sit down with the people in an authority. The golf course is owned by government.
Okay.
That is that. It's owned by government. I think have to get the Ministry of Sports involved in it, not just to attract kids in the schools and so forth, but adults. We could do things to get more adults playing the sport. Antigua, for instance, just about 2 months ago, had a chat with Mr. Hilroy Humphreys in Antigua, and he said to me, "Boy, Zeke, years ago, we used to look up to St. Kitts for golf, but now we're ahead of you guys," which is the truth. Okay. But I think that there's ways that we could go and be coming back that leader in golf in the East Caribbean.
Good stuff. I know this, was it June the 24th? You had a little program in Independence Square where you were encouraging locals to come.
Yes,
Did you manage to get any of those participants into the club?
Yes, I think we have like 7 kids now from that program who's coming on over.
Oh, nice.
But it's tough with kids because, the kids these days like fast sports. But there's some good ones. There's some good ones coming up. They love it. Because it's a game that you fall in love with quick. So,
Nice.
What's the youngest age that you cater for?
we cater from 8, but we don't chase anyone. If someone show up at 5, we'll do our best to accommodate it.
Imagine a 5-year-old with a golf
Yeah.
club. Aww.
Yeah.
But they have their size.
Nice.
Yeah, they do have their size. Why? I did some research and I found out that prior to the golf course being 18 holes, it was 22. Do you have any idea why they removed the extra holes? Back in the day, like when it first started, it was 22 holes and then they...
Oh, this is the first time I'm hearing that. See? I didn't know that. So you say when golf started, it was 22 holes. Oh.
Apparently in Scotland,
it was 22. In Scotland.
Yeah, it was 22 holes and then they trimmed it down to 18. Yeah.
Oh, thanks for that information.
You're welcome. We learn something new every day.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Why can I not put more clubs in my golf bag?
Because the rule said 14. You could have 14 or less. You can't have more. If you have any more than that, you get disqualified. You get penalty first, for like doing it for the first hole. And then if you play the full 18 with it, you're disqualified.
All right, you were sharing some interesting information with us concerning holes in one and what happens when you get a hole in one. Congratulating you, of course, for getting 2 of those. Not here, though, right?
No, I got 2 hole in ones in Trinidad. But like I was saying to you before, hole in one is a good shot with some luck, but then it costs you at the end of it. But I was very lucky in Trinidad when I had my 2 hole in ones. It was in tournaments. Happens on the last day of the tournament. And on the last day of all tournaments, you always have a feast after, drinks and food.
Nice.
So I was lucky to tell my buddies that the drinks on the bar is all on me, which was actually free. So
Oh, wow.
I got away.
To think that you should be celebrated. To think that you should be celebrated, you have to celebrate them.
You have to celebrate
Oh,
them.
wow.
You have to celebrate them.
That's the cost of a hole in
A
one.
hole in one, I
You buy
know.
bricks for
I
everyone.
know. I know.
Our friend Vernon Vera, look, I don't know if you guys, Vernon Vera, he was in Canada one year, and he got a hole in one. And the mistake he made was to call back home and tell us that he had a hole in one. Because he came back to St. Kitts and he had a bill at $550 at the bank. So hole in ones could be costly.
They could be quite costly. Quite
Rewarding, but costly.
but costly.
All right, I'm sorry.
Another golf term I would like for you to to speak to the novice about the difference between a slice and a hook.
Okay, a slice. A slice is when the ball go from left to right. And a hook is when it go from right to left. Most novices would call it cove. So you cove the ball left to right, that's a slice. If you cove the ball right to left, that's a hook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jamie, we're going to learn how to play golf. So
Yeah, come on over, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll offer your whole staff in the studio a day of golf.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Thank you so
At
much.
the Royal Sinkers Golf Course.
So,
Okay.
staff,
Thank you
we
so
are
much.
going to have a day of
We're
golf.
gonna talk with our team and we're gonna see exactly what it is because we were talking, believe it or not, about going out. One of our staff members here was talking about that recently enough. So
Yeah.
that'd be a great activity for us and great
Nice.
publicity for you as well.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. There was a colleague of mine, a classmate of mine when I was in high school, who was the only person that I knew at the time who played golf, and he's been doing it for a lot of years. And I thought, you know what, this is so fascinating, but I don't know how to get into it. For anybody who's listening, what can you tell them? How can they reach out to you?
You can always get, you could call the golf club, the golf course to get Zeke, or my number is 665-7463. You could call it any day, any hour, except 1 o'clock in the morning.
I guess that's his sleep time.
We're gonna try two.
But yeah, just get in contact with me, or you could call the golf club, which is 466-2700, and get in contact with, and just ask to get in contact with any of the executive. We have an executive membership, so the people, they will be able to direct you the right channels.
All right, great. Thank you.
Why does the game of golf take at least 4 hours and 30 minutes?
Well, it could take less because it depends on the individuals.
Okay.
And it could also take longer.
Okay.
Some people spend more time, sauntering and getting the measurement and this thing. Some people play really fast.
Okay.
So it could take less than that. But 4 hours is the average.
Okay.
I think too, because so much business done in golf, people take so much time for that because they stay and they talk for a while.
Oh, okay.
And also all the elements that come into the game, that you have to be there checking the wind and you got to be there doing this and that. It also takes up some time.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a social sport as well, so you do want to converse.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Various activities and fundraisers that you've held this year. Any fundraisers, activities that you'd like us to know about?
Oh yeah, we held fundraiser for just last week, was it? I think it was last week for diabetes.
Okay.
We do a lot of fundraisers for individuals. And so, for instance, the Louisa Grand Preschool in my Connery. I try to do a fundraiser for them every year. So we do fundraiser for breast cancer. We should be in this month.
Yeah.
So there will be a fundraiser coming up for that for sure. We do breast fundraisers for, like I said, for individuals come along, and if I know of someone, especially with a disability or whatever, we'll do fundraisers for that. I also do fundraisers for 3 kids in my village. Sorry, 4 kids in my community that I send to school. Pay for the school equipment.
Wow, that's so
Nice.
gracious.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Well, this has been such an engaging conversation. There's one more question that I want to ask you, and I don't think I have time for it, but I'll try to fit it in, so I apologize. The bar to entry for some sports, for instance, running, you need a pair of sneakers. That's easy to get. For golf, what is that bar of entry like?
Unfortunately, we have to order most of our equipment from overseas.
Okay.
But as a beginner, that's one of the beauty about golf. As a beginner, you could come to the golf course, especially kids, and get free golf clubs. There's always members donating clubs. So there are clubs sitting down there that if someone just started the game, we could always give to use and so forth. So, but most of the equipment we order overseas.
Okay.
What about the shoes?
And shoes. Shoes now you could wear. You could go down to a store in town and buy some sneakers.
Oh, okay. So
You don't have to wear the spikes.
the hard shoes.
No.
Okay, just making sure. Okay.
Well, Zeke, this has been a very fascinating
has been.
conversation. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Thanks for having me. And I want to say congratulations to all my teammates who are traveling to St. Lucia later today to represent St. Kitts in the in the East Caribbean Golf Championship.